Hey, here we go again. What's up? We got big bro, we got little sis, and we're having a problem in trying to get our channel for comments. Maybe some people can help us figure out why we can't get comments, why we can't get the channel recognized. But we are back again. So what's the topic for today, bro?
So, we don't always want to talk about what I want to talk about. So we're going to share what she wanted to talk about. And this week she asked me about the chop that she sees the Atlanta Braves doing when they're playing baseball. So go ahead.
I thought it was with football. Football. What's the name? Falcons. The Falcons or the Braves?
Okay. Right now they're doing a World Series.
Oh.
And they're playing baseball right now.
Yeah,
okay?
I saw on TV today. I'm not very familiar with a lot of sports, but they were speaking about how the baseball team has to stop doing some whoa ho 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 ho. I don't know, some chant that they do. And,
she's tone deaf, as you can see.
And
okay.
I guess because it's offensive to the indigenous people, and I wanted to know, did they feel honored to have this stuff? You know, I don't know too much about it.
Okay. You didn't offend them too much in the few statements you made, but Native Americans or indigenous people, as they're called, it's just this thing.
Oh, sorry, my hair.
Yeah, you're gonna put somebody's eye out.
No, it's my locks. That's my style.
Okay. You finished? Okay.
I think it looked good.
So, indigenous people, Native Americans, they've had a tough go of it, no doubt about that. Now, I don't know how they feel about the chop, as they say, or that sound that is made when that chop is being made. I would imagine that they would probably find it offensive, as they have found so many other things involving them offensive. Like, for instance, I heard it's no longer called Columbus Day anymore. It's called Indigenous People Day. I'm wondering how they feel about that. I mean, what does that mean? So it's no longer celebrating the fact that Columbus discovered America, but
Columbus did not discover America. We know that.
Okay.
So you got to rephrase yourself when you say that nowadays, because people are going to come at your neck for that. Yeah.
Okay. Columbus, who made the first documented voyage to the new land, which basically he ended up in the Dominican Republic, or San Domingo, whatever, however you want to look at it, or Hispaniola, as it was called. Anyway, he thought when he got off the ship that they claimed he was going to India, find a new trade route, but he saw these people and he felt as though they were Indians. I need some scissors. You spend all the time growing your hair, and I'm going to cut it off in just like a matter of seconds.
It's only hair.
Okay, all right. At any rate, so these indigenous people that he called Indians, they had a tough go of it. I mean, every route that they went with Europeans was met with distrust. So I don't really know of a voice that they've been able to maintain throughout, time, or throughout, relatively new time, to determine how they feel about it. I don't know how they feel about it. I would be somewhat upset about it, but I don't even know how they feel about the name, the Braves. I don't know exactly what that means, but this country is not new to the type of treatment that they give to Native Americans or indigenous people. Now, an example of that would be, quite naturally, I'll tell you who really didn't like Native American people. Guess who didn't like Native American people?
That man you was talking
Thomas
about.
Jefferson.
Yeah,
didn't
TJ.
like Native American
How you know
people.
he didn't like them?
Okay, I just so happen to have with me a book.
Ooh, what's that book called? Show.
And Indigenous Peoples. It's the history of the United States. Now, in this book, it says, I'm just going to read a little thing here about our man Thomas Jefferson. Thomas, don't put those on. Don't do it. I don't need those. I'm going to break your toys. I'm going to break them.
Let me see.
Are you
Come on, Darryl. Come on now. Come on.
Okay, let me tell you something about Native Americans. Did you know that most Native American black Americans, are always going to tell you that they have Cherokee in them? You ever notice that?
Because, I'm not trying to be smart, but they had that beautiful cheekbone and that beautiful color skin and that silky hair that all of us, desire. Yeah.
Okay. Having said that, the reason why a lot of black Americans have Cherokee in them is primarily because Cherokee Indian lands consisted of North Carolina, South Carolina, Alabama, Georgia, everything that's around the Ohio Valley. So basically, that's basically where slaves were. So quite naturally, slave territory, or let's just say that was where Native Americans met us at. Native Americans and Cherokee Indians, even though we have been here for centuries, well before Columbus got here, Native Americans and African Americans, or Africans who were slaves at that point, you can't call us Americans at any point. That's where they met. That's where they came together at. So a lot of black people really do have Cherokee Indian in them, even though you never hear a black person say, I've got Comanche in me or Apache in me. It's always Cherokee. Because Cherokee is who we interacted with.
Yeah.
But at any rate, what we have here is both Jackson and Jefferson, that'd be Andrew Jackson, they own plantations. And they basically wanted to see all of the land become America. So what they would do, they did practices. They were both militia members, meaning they were in these little groups of people that were rangers that would literally go out and kill Native Americans. And they would bring back the tops of their heads. They never scalped us, we scalped them. And they were selling their scalps for money. You get more money for children, you get money for adults, you get money for grown people.
And they're going to have to pay
and
the
they
guy
were the ones
for
that were scalping people. They never, and Native Americans didn't scalp us, we scalped them. That's why when you cut their heads were red, and that's why they called them Redskins. That's where that name came from. That's why Washington got rid of Redskins. One of the ways that it was actually a way of making money in early colonial times to go out and hunt Native Americans and hunt indigenous people.
So,
that was a way of making money. You would actually go, creep up on them, kill them, come back with their scalps, and you get paid for that. Eventually, they felt as though killing children was wrong, so they stopped giving money for children, but everybody else was all fair game. So when you talk about Native Americans and the United States, stopping that chop, wow, really? You did so much damage to them that the chop is really minimal compared to everything else you did to them. So I don't know how they feel about it, but I don't think they like it much. So again, like I say, with Thomas Jefferson, Andrew Jackson, these are our presidents that we've had that basically were militia members that went out and hunted Native Americans in their spare time when they weren't running for office or whatever. But I don't know how they feel about the chop. That's still a very good question. Now, you also have what? You have other Native, you have what? The Cleveland Indians. I don't know how you feel about that.
Who's the Browns?
Cleveland Browns.
You said Cleveland Indians.
Okay. As she said in the beginning, she doesn't know much about sports, okay? So Cleveland has a baseball team, a basketball team, and a football team.
So all there are representing Native Americans, then you're saying,
I didn't say that. I simply said the Cleveland Indians is their baseball team. That's their football team.
Oh, so they just went Indian all the way then.
What makes you think that Browns have anything to do with football? I mean, in Native Americans.
What is Browns?
Is it the name of it? Paul Brown used to be their owner, so they named after the former owner, Paul Brown.
I thought that was the Indian thing.
Okay, well, we're going to wrap this up right now.
We're wrapping it up, y'all.
It's been a pleasure, and we will see you next time.
Like, comment, and share. We love you. God bless you.